So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome for the today's class. Before we start the today's class, so I would like to recap what we have discussed in the previous class. So friends, in the previous class, we have been discussing about the marketing environment. Now, marketing environment refers to all the internal and external factors that influence an organization's ability to build and maintain successful relationship with customer. And these factors affect the marketing decisions, strategies, and business performance. So if we check the diagram in the previous class, so we are classifying the environment into internal environment and external environment. Means in every organization, means every company is surrounded by certain internal environment and external environment. Our internal environment, we are not focusing more on internal environment. We are focusing more on the external factors of like micro environment or macro environment. So in the previous class, we have discussed the micro environment factors. And in today's class, we are going to discuss the macro environment factors. Yes. Right. So coming to macro environment. Now, macro environment is considered as a big environment. It is considered as a big and huge environment. Number one. And second one is it is not controllable. Very, very important. Not controllable. Isn't it? So not controllable means the factors which we are going to discuss right now are not under the control of any organization. It is not under the control of every organization. But if you take an organization where all the internal environment is controllable, but we're coming to the macro environment, these factors are not controllable. And now these are not controllable. What we need to do? We need to change the organization policies, change the organization activities, and try to adapt the strategy. So two things what you can do, only two things can do is change and adapt. That's it. These are the two things you need to understand. Because if it is under your control, now you no need to adapt and you need no need to change because all the factors are under your control. But coming to the macro environment, what are the factors which we are going to discuss right now in this class are not controllable. They are uncontrollable factors. So for that, what organization has to do? Organization has to change itself, its policies, its strategies, its total game plan need to be changed and adapt to the change. And these change can be sometimes positive change and sometimes can be a negative change. And if you see that the Corona after 2020 has a case study for all the companies because it has taught many lessons. And few companies has diminished from the market. Few companies has been changing their strategies. Few companies has been started. So a lot of things has been done after the Corona effect. So coming to straight away, what are the demographic factors we are going to discuss? The first and most important macro environment factor is demography. Now, what is demography? Demography is a study of population. Demography is a study of population and a study of the characteristics such as age, gender, income, education, and occupation, etc. Now, coming to Indian context, friends, in Indian context, this is going to play a key role because as we see that if we take India, so we are dividing it into north, south, east, and west, isn't it? So now if we are dividing this India into four parts, every region in India, demographically, country-wise we are one, but demographically we are different. Age-wise we are different, gender-wise, income-wise, isn't it? The people who are earning at the average income for North India is different from the average income for the South India, isn't it? Now, the education qualification in North India is different from the South India. So, what we need to do from India's context point of view, study these population characteristics, age, gender, income, education, and occupation, etc. Because in Indian context, as you know, that India is a world's largest populated country, number one, isn't it? So, study of this environment will play a key role. Now, And their second part is there are a youth population is more, like what we call as Gen Z, isn't it? Gen Z population is more. So due to that, what happens? There is a demand for technology, and there is a lot of scope for education and employment. And today, friends, most of the Gen Z, they are adopting AI as one of the important career option, isn't it? Not only that, even urbanization is also increasing rapidly. Means people are moving from rural area to the urban area. People are moving, shifting from rural because in the rural area the employment opportunities are very low. So for opportunities also, what the rural people are moving, they are shifting to, they are migrating to urban areas. So by that, urbanization is also increasing rapidly. Like for example, growing demand for smartphones among young consumers, like Gen Z, what I am talking about. Because people, the Gen Z people are more passionate about the technology because they feel that we can do wonders if you have a technology with us in the form of smartphone. So people mindset is different. So whenever your company is studying the macro environment, the demographic environment, it is very, very important to study the population characteristics of like such as age-wise, you need to study, gender-wise, you need to study, income-wise, you need to study, education and occupation-wise also, you need to study. Simple. So this is how what you need to focus. No. So in this context, what is more important is India is the largest populated country, and a large youth population creates demand for technology, education, and employment. Even urbanization is increasing rapidly, and there is a growing demand for smartphones among the young consumers. So these are the major factors, and these factors are not under your control. These are under your control. So what you need to do, you need to adapt. Something you know, you adapt to the latest technology. Isn't it? Earlier, technology is not playing a key role. But here, what is most important, you need to understand how the things are being changing. So this is the first environment. Now coming to second one is economic environment. Isn't it? Economic environment. Here comes the money. So what economic environment? This factors influence consumers' purchasing power and spending pattern. Your earning and spending pattern matters. Just now we are saying country like India, isn't it? The people who are earning in North India is different from South India, East from the West. Even if they are earning and their spending patterns are also different. So whenever you are going to study the economic environment, what is most important is it is a study of influencing consumer purchasing behavior and spending patterns. How much you are earning, isn't it? How much you are earning and how much you are spending. These two things we need to study under the economic environment. Coming to Indian context, this particularly GDP growth affects business opportunities, isn't it? So people are contributing, their companies are contributing towards the GDP. And even inflation is also influencing the prices and consumer spending. If we have high inflation, the spending will become low, isn't it? So because people won't spend that much money when situation is inflation, that is, the prices are very high. And even the disposable income is increasing and demand for the premium products. Because just now we are talking about the demographic environment. Most of the Gen Z people are passionate about the technology and uh, they want to spend money more on luxurious goods. Even that demand is also increasing, isn't it? People, Gen Z people, age group people, what they are doing is they are preferring iPhone. Isn't it? They are preferring more iPhone because it is a luxury, and they are focusing on the premium brands. They are much focusing on premium brands. Example, the people growth in the online shopping and luxury goods consumption. So this environment study helps the customer. If you are studying the economic environment, because how the consumer's purchasing power is increasing, what are their spending patterns? Because in the olden days, people used to buy maybe monthly or maybe half yearly, or maybe at the time of occasion, any occasion. It can be a marriage or it can be a festival. But here, the shopping patterns has been changing. This good particularly, they are not following any day or particular things. Their spending is different. They're spending on the different things, particularly they're spending on online shopping. Whatever the goods they are buying online. And not only that, they are also buying luxury goods, isn't it? So because awareness was created. So online shopping awareness is created. Why this awareness is created? Because people are more educated. People are more educated and they are uh, technology savvy people. People are using technology. Mobile is there, internet is there. So due to that, even awareness is also increasing. With this awareness is helping them to do shop online. Even rural consumers are also doing shopping on online. As it did. So because the spending patterns has been changing, the earning and spending patterns has been changed. Even online business is creating more jobs also. Is creating online thing is creating more jobs like Swiggy, Zomato, and all these. Even employment opportunities are also increasing. So if you study this economic environment from company perspective, you know how much consumers purchasing power is there, whether how much they are ready to pay, and what are the shopping patterns, whether they are regular buyers or frequent buyers, or maybe they'll buy weekly once or maybe monthly once. So that patterns need to be, and what kind type of products they are buying, whether they are buying online or offline. So all these can be studied if you are studying which environment, the economic environment. And one more important thing, friends, please remember, this macro environment is also known as still environment. Please remember carefully. This is also known as the still environment. So this also we are going to study academic. P means political environment, E means economic, S means social, T means technological, E means ecological, L means legal environment. Even if you get macro environment, you need to write down the same. And if you get the pestle is also, and these are not controllable, isn't it? So we have studied what is the demographic environment and what is the economic environment. So now we'll move to the third environment, third macro environment. Now social culture, just now I'm saying, pestle. Yes, this is yes, social and cultural. And we are studying social and cultural. And now, what is social and cultural environment? Now, the social values, customs, traditions, lifestyle affect the consumer behavior. As an organization, you need to study what is the social and cultural environment of the country, how people will give respect to this culture. A simple example, all the gold companies on the occasion of Akshaya Tritiya, they announce some discounts because it's a tradition and it's a value, and people will feel that if we buy gold, particularly Hindus, if we buy gold on Akshaya Tritiya, we'll get some good things will come in the future and more gold will be added. So people have that belief. And this belief is part of your which environment, your social and cultural environment. So friends, social values, customs, traditions, when lifestyle which affect the consumer behavior. Yes, so Akshaya Tritiya, why people are buying the gold means people have a gut feel that if we buy gold on that day, so it is an auspicious day, good things will come. So people have some traditions, values, customs. Country like India, different cultures, different traditions and values are there. Every culture, every community and every religion has their own customs, traditions, and values. So social and cultural environment is not at all controllable. So you need to understand this. Like one famous saying says that when you are a Rome, be a Roman. Yes. And when you are India, be an Indian. So follow and respect the, and even if you see that your companies will give more offers on the festivals, because festivals are also part of the social and cultural environment. Isn't it? And now coming to Indian context, these diverse cultures and languages create varied consumer preferences. Yes. Even if you see the local channels also forms, they are going with the local languages. If you are watching an IPL match or international match, you can get a commentary. You can get a commentary easily in the regional language also. Why this? Because customer is today customized. They want to attract in their own culture, isn't it? Now, it even the diverse cultures and languages create varied consumers. Even it's increasing health cautious and boosted demand for organic and fitness products. Yes, this is also become a tradition today. People, particularly in the urban area, isn't it? So in urban area, most of the youth and Gen Z and middle-aged people, they are preferring the fitness products more. They are buying more organic products more because people health conscious is becoming one more important demand in the country. So people want to be healthy, isn't it? And even there is a greater participation of women in the workforce has been influenced by the product. Yes, even women mindset is also changed because in traditional women is only restricted to as a housewife or homemaker, isn't it? But right now things has been changing. When women are also working in different areas, they are having their own startups. They are having their own startups, and even they are ruling. They are into politics. They are into business. They are not plants. They are into other activities. Even the participation is also very high, isn't it? And these are the main thing if you go with the social and cultural environment. And this is also not controllable. You need to adapt whatever the changes you want to do socially and culturally. And if you neglect social and cultural environment, you are out of the market, isn't it? So you need to respect each and every country's culture. For example, for operating in USA, respect US such culture. If you are operating in Japan, respect Japan culture, isn't it? And foreign countries, if they are operating in India, they should respect the Indian culture and Indian traditions and Indian lifestyle. So, and this is one of the important. And next one is technological environment. Yes. What is the technology? Because technological developments creates new products and market opportunities. Very true. Because today, the technology is in the driver's seat. Technology is driving all the companies and the customers and consumers. Just now, we said that thanks to internet, the world is in your hand. Because technology is creating a lot of wonders. And here, the technological development creates new products and also it will create the marketing opportunity. And coming to Indian context, the extension of digital payments through UPI. Today we are using Phone Pay, Google Pay, or even Paytm and all these UPS. UPI payments we are doing, unified payment interface we are using. Because after 2020, the slogan of Narendra Modi said that don't use currency, use the digital payments, isn't it? And this is also increased and thanks to the technology. And even the most important worry is security. Yes, it is providing security also. People can easily send money to one person to another person. We can buy many things by these digital payments. And one more important thing is there is a growth in the e-commerce and mobile internet. Yes, true. Isn't it? So even the 40 to 60% of the people are buying on e-commerce. Isn't it? Everything has been changed. Now, if you are running an organization, even you need to change, you need to open your online store, isn't it? So even mobile internet is also increasing. And more important thing, addition of AI and data analytics. Yes, this has become more important. Now, in every organization, most of the applications are AI based only. And even your data is available, you can easily predict the analytics and business data analytics can be done. Like example, phone pay, digital banking, even banking sector is also using these uh, AI and blockchain technologies, isn't it? So this is the technological environment. Now, out of the still, which environment we have completed this is economic environment, socio-cultural, technological. So three environment, and apart from this, we also started demography. Demography means study of population characteristics. Isn't it? So now we are moving to the next two more factors. Yes, political and legal environment. What the political means? Political means, friends, don't confuse. Here, political means the government. The government which is ruling. Government which is ruling, isn't it? So now what government will do? Government will make policies, government will make laws and regulations about the business operations. So whatever the decisions, policies made for the business, all will affect the political environment. Even legal environment, laws are also there. Isn't it? So government policies, laws and regulations affect the business operation. And coming to Indian context, we have various laws like Consumer Protection Act. Next one is GST implementation because earlier it was VAT. GST was implemented, isn't it? And there is some competition laws, environmental regulation. So all these are part of political and legal environment. Political and legal environment. Because political means government. The government, what the government will do, they implement the law, they implement the policies. But they are the policy makers, isn't it? So even earlier GST, before GST, there is a VAT, value added. So now the VAT shifted to GST, that is sales and goods tax, isn't it? So these are all made by the political and the legal environment. This also very, very important because whatever the policy is there in the first year may not be there in the second year or maybe in the third year. Policy can be changed in the second or maybe third year because this environment is a dynamic in nature. It is always changing. Second, this is what the political and legal environment. Next, coming to the last environment, that is the natural environment, or we can also call it ecological environment. Now, what is this ecological environment? It means natural resources and environmental concern affect the marketing decisions. Okay, your motto is to earn profits by satisfying customers, isn't it? So if they are happy, then automatically you start getting profits. But here there is an environment called natural environment. Because this natural environment means natural resources and environmental concern about the marketing decisions, isn't it? So these natural resources are very, very important. Now coming to Indian context, climate changing concern. Now, even friends, this year also there is an El Nino effect because rapid deforestation, rapid deforestation is making excess heat on the planet, particularly the Indian uh, continent, isn't it? So there is a lot of changes, climate changes. The growing demand for sustainable products, yes, true. People are becoming more organic and health conscious. Even government is initiating and promoting renewable energy. Yes, government is doing to support this one. Isn't it? An example is given is increasing popularity of electric vehicles and eco-friendly packages. Yes, true. And even if you see the two-wheeler or four-wheeler, they are going with electric. People mindset has been changed, isn't it? So people are buying either two-wheeler or maybe a four-wheeler electric vehicles because this initiative is promoted by the government and it is becoming more popular. And even why the electric vehicles are important, it's eco-friendly, isn't it? Because it does not cause any harm to society. It does not cause harm to society, isn't it? So these are the friends. These are all the factors which you need to understand before you are going to start a business or you want to do any change. Simple. So now we have completed all the pestle factors. You see that macro environment is also known as the pestle factors. Political environment we have studied, economic environment we have studied, social cultural environment we have studied, technological environment we studied, ecological environment we studied, and legal environment. Don't confuse friends. Ecological environment is nothing but natural environment. Economic environment, sorry. Ecological environment is known as a natural environment because it is worried about the natural resources and even consumers affect the decisions. And these are all known as friends. These are all called as the pestle environment. So R can be a which environment can be a macro environment. So macro environment plays a key role and it is an important topic. This is an important topic. So friends, this is what the macro environment. By this, we have completed the macro environment topic. So, and immediately after micro environment topic, there is an important topic called, yes, the continuation for 2 minutes. I want to give it. Now, the next continuation topic is market research and marketing research process. Now, why this market research and marketing research is so important, friends? Why this is important? Now, when we go for the first class, what the first class says that marketing is nothing but identifying needs or wants. Now, how you will identify? How you identify uh, 150 crores population interest, taste, and preferences. So what you need to do, you need to have a market research. So market research is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting. So remember this, isn't it? So now what is the marketing research? Marketing research is collecting, isn't it? You are collecting, next you are analyzing, and you are analyzing and interpreting. Is great importance of calling it as marketing research. So now it is a systematic process of collecting, analyzing, and reporting, interpreting information about market, customers, competitors, and business environment to support the marketing decision. So this is more important. And what are the objectives? If you see the objective, it will help in understanding customer needs and preferences. Number one. The second one is it market demand and potentiality can also be measured, isn't it? Because if you have a research data with you, or what you are doing, market research means collecting the data, isn't it? So what is marketing research means collecting the information, the data about the customers, consumers, or the other uh, sources, isn't it? So why this is more important? What is the objective? To know the customer needs and preferences. Now there is a demand. The third one is identify the market opportunities and threats. Yes, good is there, bad is there. You good accept it. Bad, how you need to tackle that. How you need to tackle that, you need to. Next one is you should evaluate the customer satisfaction. Yes, how much customer is satisfied. Even you need to analyze the competitor strategy also. Because if you are not only doing the business here, so there are many small and big operators who are doing similar kind of selling similar kind of products in the market. This is you. Now, there is A, there is B, like there is C, isn't it? So there are many competitors. So try to apply the strategies. Try to apply the strategies, particularly try to apply the strategies, particularly related to the market and products and services. The last one is it should support product development, should support pricing, it should support promotion and distribution decision. So this is how things will go on. So friends, now we will stop the class up to here. In tomorrow's class, we are going to study what is marketing research process. And this is very, very important. We are going to discuss steps of marketing research and process. So thank you for patient listening. So I'm closing the class now. And I think everybody is absent for today's class. So thank you for joining for today's class. And we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.